And there we are. So, I'm live. Good evening and welcome. Hope you're all doing well tonight, or wherever you are called to watch. I am just getting started here, taking a moment and just really thinking about what we're going to talk about tonight. Tonight is about discernment. It's about what that means to you, what that means to all of us. Jen, welcome. Thanks for watching and joining. It's every time I start this whole process I've been going through in and of itself is truly about discernment. At the core, it's about understanding what resonates with me, and from order for me to get to this point in my life, get to this point in my journey to where I'm at. I mean, I never thought I'd be doing this. Never thought I'd be having these talks, stepping out and even sharing this information. It's all new. But that's what I signed up for. And even going through this journey, the doubt, are you supposed to be doing this? Should you tell people you're doing this? Is this right? Is always going to be there. And you know why? Because we talked about this whole month, but we talked about really a lot this year. It's because we have been attuned and trained to think a certain way. Trained to think from our ego, from our headspace, not from our soul, not from our heart, not from our intuition, not from that which draws us, which tries to speak to us, but doesn't. The thing is, no, should die. We're not going to start yet. The thing is, see, the ding comes in right at the right moment. The thing is, the ego has always been the overpowering control in our thought process, in our decision-making process, because that's what we've been raised to be, how it's been raised to live, to go, to act. And so that's the starting point. But where are we at now? When do you actually start listening to your soul? When do you start using that discernment in your life? Discernment is the simple judging of the processes within you to where you need to go with your life. What choices you need to make. As I'm talking, I'm getting to a new point here with all this. I can channel with and without closing my eyes and going to letting them fully in or just consciously here. But we've talked about this before. Ah, yes, we have. We have shared about the ego and the soul. But what you want to clarify is when this discernment comes in. We have been trained for so many years to let the ego control us. And do you know why? Because number one, we, your guides, we, those around you, your team, we have agreed not to interfere with your journey because you have free choice. We love you so much. You have plans that you want to do, and we honor them. We honor all that you want. Well, we say the word want. You think of something different. You say, oh, I want $1,000,000. But your soul, your root chakra, your sacral chakra, your solar plexus, your heart chakra, that is all saying something else. That you truly want, like financial freedom, that you truly want to be happy, and you want love, and you think the $1,000,000 or the soulmate coming in or the dream job is what's going to make the happiness in your life. But it's not most of the time. It's just a band-aid, a temporary happiness. So when we say, we are here to help you get what you want, what you want deep down inside, you don't always know or remember. But as you go along in your life, we are here when you ask us to come through. We will provide for you to what you really, truly, deeply want. But you must ask, and you must truly believe it. Now I say that, we say that, we all say that right now at this moment for this conversation, so you understand something. We do not direct where you go. You do. However, your ego is your shadow self, not us. But the ego likes to direct where you go. We've said this many times, so we're putting it another way for you to understand. Your ego has always been louder than us because we have rules. We understand you deeper than you can know. And we are here to help you. But we will not interfere with your free choice. So that brings us to discernment. We've talked about this. We talked about it the last month. When we talked about ego versus soul, we've talked about it. How to listen to your soul. It's now discernment you use when it comes to this. When something comes to you, when you get an idea, when you think of something, when you get the aha moment, when you have a choice to make, when anything is there in your life, you should know right away if it's right for you. You feel it in your gut. The answer will be simple. When it's not, when you have to break it down into logic, and you have to break it down into this versus that, and list and see what the pros and cons and all this stuff, the answer is most likely no. Or many times, the answer was yes from the beginning. You know it was yes. But you can't take that step because you don't trust yourself. You don't have the discernment inside of you that you believe in. And that brings us to tonight. Where are we? What are we teaching tonight? We know very well that even for those that have been opened up into this greater wisdom, discernment is not easy. Listening to the soul is not easy. We laugh at him because he knows it. He knew what we are going to bring up tonight. So, what else do we do? We have partners. You have what we will call soul family. It can be your soul family that you've come into many lives with, which is around a 30 some. Or it can be the new soul family when you open up and become more enlightened. We're using that word because you understand it. We don't like it that much, but we're using it. It's more wisdom. Wisdom is the key. Spiritual wisdom. When you open up to more wisdom, into the new energies, into new ways, you also open up to new galactic soul families. And there is overlap between them. Because sometimes when you're in a soul family that is strong with the wisdom, many of you are ready to burst into that new flame. And so, we bring people into your life because your soul, your higher self, is talking to many other higher selves and souls all the time. And sometimes, the discernment you need in your life, you don't hear it, feel it, or see it because you're fighting it. And so we bring others into your life that say, you know, Thomas, you're supposed to be here tonight. You're supposed to be here tomorrow and this weekend. Stay and give you a smile. Or they make it work out. Hey, there's room. You can be here. We want you here. So come. That happened to him just last weekend. He wasn't going to an event. He wasn't going to stay for the healing because he knows very well. It's not about him becoming more of a practitioner. So he was like, why should I even stay? I can do other things this weekend. I have the whole weekend free. I can do whatever I want. Yet, he was given a hug and was told, you are supposed to be here. Stay. Then he was given another sign from another person, both of which have been a part of their life that we brought to his life. We told him to meet them, and they have told him things that you would not believe, that he would not believe until he learned it, felt it, and heard it. And they said to stay. And then he had to think about it. But it was obvious when these two people told him to stay. The discernment was easy. I have no choice. I'm now expected here. I'm still supposed to be and I don't know why. Well, a little before then we showed him why. He still was not fully believing it, but he knew the moment we gave him that vision, he was supposed to stay. But the two people came to reinforce it. And what happened is for him to tell, not us. But the discernment had to come from outside because he wasn't thinking from his soul, but using the logic of the ego and thinking of other things. So it isn't easy. This is discernment internally. Because you don't know what the expectation of the event, of the choice is going to be. You are stepping into the unknown when you truly use your discernment for what is right and resonating with you. You are stepping in to the unknown. He thought, why should I be here to learn how to be a practitioner? My goodness, he had no clue what was going to happen. No clue. Practitioner, smactitioner, as we say, giving him that sass. What he learned, what he experienced, was far more greater to move him on his journey. And so discernment again. It starts with listening to yourself, trusting what is right inside of you, trusting yourself, loving yourself, believing in yourself, your soul, your gut, your intuition. Mind you, some people think of the intuition as predicting the future or what other people will do. No, that is not how it works. Because in truth, you only control how you react to things. But your intuition is going to lead you forward in a way unknowing to you, and in a way that is going to set you on a path that you have been wanting. But you must listen. You must use your discernment. Trust yourself. And if it doesn't feel right, then you don't do it. But it's not about logic and putting lists together and saying this, this, this. Oh, I can do this instead. It's about, do I need to be here? Do I need to do this? Does this feel right to me? And if someone is talking to you and giving you signs, is what they're saying to you resonating, feeling right, and good inside of you? It takes time sometimes. These two people that told him things, we literally had to say to him, one is your creator. And then the other one, met a year later, we had to say to him who she was to him. It's not that simple for many of you. And so it comes down to discernment, judging how it feels, how it resonates in your stomach, in your gut, in your heart, when you hear the message from a close friend, from a spiritual guidance, a wisdom from someone, that when you hear it, does it resonate or does it not? And if it does, take it as the extra help you need, because we give it in multiple ways. Because you learn in multiple ways, you listen in multiple ways, you communicate in multiple ways. And the more comfortable you get with understanding your soul, understanding discernment, the easier it is for us to give you the messages. Easier it is for you to have discernment. It doesn't start easy. The other thing that he heard this week and he wants us to share, he just brought this up, so we're going to share it for him. He sat this weekend when we knocked him down with the energy we gave him. from the entity we gave it from. And he sat there saying, why me? Why am I the one that's picked for this? And a little while longer, the teacher said, the question to ask is, why not me for this? Because the journey you're on is the journey you're supposed to be on. So why me is irrelevant. You chose it to be you. Why not me? Well, you deserve it and you want it, so that's why it is you. We have to believe that about ourselves. And the more we believe in ourselves, the more we're willing to be ourselves, the easier it is to have discernment and to follow through with what we know is right for us. We love you. So many blessings to you. Shandaroki. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Stacia, welcome. Sorry I didn't see you before, but kind of my eyes were shut and I wasn't paying attention, I guess. I don't know. Yashito yanda karfo yashito yanda. Harin po ya kadiaroshiti. Miano fumba shita korochi. I thank you for watching. I thank you for being here. Whenever you hear this or listen to this, it's for you. I know what we'll be talking about next month because they just told me. I was thinking it was going to be the end of the chapter, which I think it's going to be end of the book, end of this portion of the channeling. But the channeling will continue. But I thank you. I hope you're doing wonderful. You have a wonderful, blessed day and night. And feel free to always subscribe if you want. Follow along. Send me a message. This is still new for me. This is still like a practice. It's like they call it like a practice run. All that I'm doing for when it's going to become different. But hey, thank you. Good night. And blessings to all.